Welcome back to another video, and today we have round 5 of the tournament for um, handicaps. And my opponent today is Stogna, and we both did expert handicaps. I got underdog story, which means I start the series off one game from losing. So I'm starting off with a 0-2. Although I do get to pick every map, um, and Stogna gets 67%, meaning he can only use 2 towers. So that's a pretty big handicap for him. I choose to go Boat Cobra, Boat Cobra Border, and he goes Boat Farm. He did bring Cobra, so that was probably his alternate. Like he was probably planning to adjust if I put down a farm, he would have played Cobra. If I put down a Cobra, he would have gone farm. So that's probably a smart move for him. He's starting out with a bit of eco, trying to get me to buy my Grape Shot. My goal here is to play pretty aggressive-ish, but also a bit passive because I have my mortar here, so I can outlast him. I'm a bit sick today because of allergies, so I'm sorry if I have like a snotty nose or something, if I sound stuffy. But anyway, so I go for my Cobras and I keep going. He's still farming. He's going to be playing very passive because he needs money to defend versus adjustment. I don't know if that music is about loud, so I'm going to turn it down a little bit. There we go. He said some blacks here. I'm just going to grid it out because my Cobras are pretty good. And his boats are also pretty fine. Sorry about that. Alright, I'm back. So it's around 13 now, and he has 2 plantations and about enough money for a bank, and he does go for the bank. He sent some whites earlier, so I just bought a signal flare and stuff, versus his camo whites as well. I'm up 200 eco. He has a bank though, but I also have the extra income from my Cobras, which is going to be producing a lot more money than his bank currently. However, his bank is better at snowballing because of the extra income. My best offensive measure is regrow lands, because he's relying on cannon ships. And I'm pretty decent against all types of wounds. Maybe big mob outs are kind of an issue because I lack money, but I do have strong selling power, and the Cobras do offer some decent attack. He's going for pretty decent defend here. I just went for a rush so I could get some eco up, and I don't want him to be able to get his BIA up too early on. However, I think he goes for it pretty soon. I do want to start adjusting so I can force a lot of defense. And yeah, he goes for his round 17 BIA. I see that, and I'm pretty sure I start going for some big rushes. Or I go for adjustment. So yeah, I adjust and I send him all up. My idea with this is distract his destroyers and have some ceramics coming in, trying to get it to overlay. I sound a bit late with the lads there, that his destroyers should be able to clean up pretty easily on boost. Yep. It was good that I got a boost out of him. However, it's not the best that I wasn't able to force anything else. I'm saving up a lot of money, probably for a destroyer, just in case he wants to rush me. but he's probably just going to start saving up for defense as well, because that is a pretty important aspect of his game strategy. He's playing pretty passively, so he's either saving up for a big all-out, or he's just trying to go late game. In terms of a little bit. So it's around 20 now, and he has only one BIA still, which is putting in a lot of work for his income. I don't know if that Regal Lead was actually there, but I'm just straight up ecoing now. I have no reason to keep adjusting. He's still struggling a decent amount. He has to buy a lot more defense still. Yeah, he has 3 cannon ships, so that's about all he ever needs. Maybe he buys a 4th if he starts struggling. Yeah. I'm just gonna keep adjusting, buying Cobras and ecoing, and maybe buying a bit of defense along the way. Nothing too special here. He sends leads, which is a bit spooky, because I don't want to choke this position, so I buy another destroyer and a bigger board. No, what's the other board upgrade? Boombuster. I buy a Boombuster. Boombuster is really nice with Cobra Boat, because the Cobras hit all the strong layers and pop them into like really dense balloons. And the destroyers are pretty good versus OS. So this is just great cleanup. He's handling adjustment really fine now. He passed me Nico, but that's expected. He has 5 destroyers, so I'm just straight up ecoing. I'm gonna try and do a big push on Rev 25, possibly. So yeah. Okay. We're about to get to Red 24. This is probably a spooky round for him, because I'm just going to send a massive rush here with a ton of regrow leads and zebras. The zebras are there to stop his cannonballs from dealing damage to them, and he might go down. He boosts, and that was very scary for him. Especially since he boosts there, it's going to be a very scary round 25. He sells his farm. He had another like Republic or something, and he sold that for like 7 destroyers here. And also he bought the what do you call that? Aircraft carrier. He sold his BIA as well for extra lead defense, which is understandable. I'm just trying to choke rush him here and scare him. He also won pretty though. Alright. He goes for his factory and sells the extra destroyers, which is very reasonable. I'm still just casually ecoing, buying a few adjustments along the way, because the round 30s are going to be a very, very difficult time for him to defend those rounds. Because you have round 30 with all of its regrow zebras and Boabs, and then you have, or no, that's actually round 31. And then you have 30 with its like ceramics and regrow stuff. And then you have 32 with its hyper dense ceramics and leads. So Pierce is going to be a very big issue for him upcoming. Mario, come on. So we get a couple more destroyers basically. That's all this game is, just buying destroyers and ecoing and farming. He's still sending space leads, trying to get a bit of luck here with my Cobra starting getting strong and my destroyers maybe choking to defend AI. Round 32 is possibly an issue for us, but we should be able to just buy a big one. And I think I said a ZOMG here, but we'll see. His farms are looking pretty decent versus Cobra. He has 3 farms, three factories. I target my signal flare to the AI because of the camel bites, but it's fine. I buy another Woodbuster and probably a big one after I send the COG. C counter. This is what I was talking about here. This is 1 type speed. There's so many stuff coming onto the screen. I send LEDs here. He boosts. I have a lot of stuff on my screen as well, so I'm probably gonna go for my big one. That is a lot of ceramics right there. They're all regrow too. All Campo regrow. He tries, but he does not even defend the first round, and that is a massive regrow rush. So it's 1-2 right now. And we go to the next game, which is going to be Energy Farms Back Factory versus Dart Glue Cobra. We don't know what he's going to do. Okay, we know he's going Dart, but we'll see. I started off with an anti-stall start. I wasn't sure if he wants to run something odd or simple. So he goes just straight up Eco. We don't know yet. I'm still farming. Probably should have gone for a second NG instead of a 2-0, considering how he's just straight up ecoing. And he goes for his Cobra here. I don't think I have 1-0 right now, which is kind of unfortunate. And I still go for this NGF here. I don't think I actually use it until Red 10. But it's alright, it's decent support. Not there, I finally go for my 1-0. And he's got a decent amount of eco for like round 6. 400, which is NG versus Dart. So, although he does leak a ton here, considering that he was under defending. And yeah. I got Terraria, so I'll probably upload some videos of that as well. I am trying to diversify the content with Terraria, Balloons, chess. What other games do I play? I think that's about it. But yeah. He goes just pretty basic Dart gameplay. If you had like Ninja or Cobra, Cobra here, I guess. If you had like Ninja or Ace, this would probably be like parallel to that idea. I have to be very careful of not dying to camos here, because the Spike Factory is like notorious for not being able to defend. And yeah, he's already knows that, so he's preparing. My Spike Factory was being buns and not placing onto the track, so I had to boost here and be very careful. I had to counter all out to his all out, and that was very worrying. And there we go. 2-2. Tied up the game. Very nice. So we get to the final game here versus Songda on offside. Again, engineer, but this time we're going ninja, so I don't have to worry about those camos. He goes Cobra Mortar, which is very understandable. It's actually probably one of the better strats that you could go, considering how Cobra and Mortar work pretty good together. I have a decent amount of farms here. He sends Black Balloons. Pretty basic. Cobra farming. I had 2 boosts there. I didn't want to make too many lines, plus I also misplaced my engineer. I go for my second plantation. And I start timing after my trap. He might rush me with lights. No, he doesn't. Actually, during this game, I forgot that he didn't have bomb until he put that in the second border, so that was kind of funny. And yeah, he goes for the Bloom Buster, and that's probably like a very underrated upgrade. 2 damage per shot with birdie stuff? That's really, really good. Especially considering its attack speed. I tried not to all out him here because what's the point? He should be able to defend. And I start just going for my BIA. He goes for a rush here with Camo Lens. Some get by, so I have to buy a Flash Bomb. He bought a very early Restoration. I tried to bait him. He bought 2 of them, I just actually realized. And he still had to buy a big one. And he decides to all out me here. I go for Sabo. I sold my BIA. I counter. And I just try and boost and defend. But we'll see how this goes. I think I sold some Moabs as well. Yep. I don't know if he's able to defend this. He goes for a Destruction. He probably needs Borkovers here. And he needed a boost earlier. And he chokes. I don't know if he would have died there, but I probably would have defended. So yeah, that's a 3-2 for me, coming back with the 0-2 with Underdog. Thank you, Stogna, and everybody else for watching and playing. Peace out. Check out my other videos if you enjoyed.